Generation Z begins around 1995 as the first children born into an emerging digital world. In 1995, Microsoft releases Windows 95, ushering in the home computer age. That same year, Java and Amazon.com launch, while eBay opens online trading to the public. In 1996, Hotmail and the Nokia 9000 communicator mark the start of mobile internet culture. By 1997, Wi-Fi is standardized by the IEEE 802.11 Committee in New York, and Harry Potter and the Philosopher's Stone is published in London, the start of a global youth franchise that would raise this generation. In 1998, Google is founded by Larry Page and Sergey Brin at Stanford University. In 1999, Napster launches peer-to-peer music sharing, beginning the era of digital piracy and user-driven media. Science leaps forward in 1996 when Scottish scientists clone Dolly the sheep, the first mammal ever cloned, sparking debates that shape Gen Z's views on biotechnology. In politics, Britain returns Hong Kong to China in 1997 after 156 years of colonial rule, symbolizing a new age of globalization. In 1998, India and Pakistan test nuclear weapons weeks apart, raising regional tension. The euro currency launches on January 1, 1999, tying Europe's economies closer together as the millennium approaches. As clocks tick toward January 1, 2000, the world braces for the Y2K bug, a feared computer glitch that ultimately causes little disruption. Yet darker events mark this era too. The 1995 Oklahoma City bombing, the Tokyo subway sarin attack, the 1996 Olympic Park bombing in Atlanta, and in 1999, the Columbine High School massacre in Colorado. The new millennium begins with trauma. On September 11, 2001, terrorists hijacked 4 airplanes in the United States. 2 strike New York's World Trade Center. 1 hits the Pentagon, and another crashes in Pennsylvania. Nearly 3,000 people die. In the aftermath, the U.S. invades Afghanistan to dismantle al-Qaeda. By 2003, a coalition led by the United States and the UK invades Iraq, toppling Saddam Hussein but unleashing years of instability. While wars dominate headlines, globalization surges. China joins the World Trade Organization in 2001, cementing its path to economic dominance. The same year, Wikipedia launches, introducing crowdsourced knowledge. In 2003, the Human Genome Project is completed, mapping human DNA. In 2004, Facebook is born in a Harvard dorm room. And in 2005, YouTube goes online, giving Gen Z its future playground and stage. Natural disasters redefine global empathy. On December 26, 2004, a 9.1 magnitude earthquake off Indonesia triggers a tsunami that kills more than 230,000 people in 11 countries. The next year, Hurricane Katrina floods New Orleans, killing nearly 2,000 and exposing inequality in the world's richest nation. In 2005, the Kyoto Protocol on climate change takes effect, signaling the first coordinated attempt to limit emissions. In 2006, Twitter launches, offering real-time conversation to a global audience. Facebook opens to the public the same year. The internet transforms from a static archive into a social organism. In January 2007, Apple unveils the iPhone, merging communication, entertainment, and computing into one device. The smartphone revolution begins, and Gen Z will never know life without it. But 2008 brings the worst economic collapse since the 1930s. The U.S. housing bubble bursts, triggering a global financial crisis. Banks fail, millions lose jobs, and the shock spreads from Wall Street to Tokyo to Madrid. Gen Z witnesses their parents' financial struggles, absorbing lifelong lessons in caution and resilience. That same year, Barack Obama is elected the first black president of the United States, a moment of optimism and representation for a generation that values diversity. Conflicts flare elsewhere. North Korea tests its first nuclear bomb in 2006, Russia invades Georgia in 2008, and Iraq descends into sectarian violence. In 2008, an earthquake in China's Sichuan province kills over 80,000 people. In 2010, a 7.0 magnitude quake devastates Haiti, killing more than 200,000. Global fundraising efforts reveal how connected and compassionate youth culture has become. In December 2010, a street vendor's self-immolation in Tunisia sparks protests that ignite the Arab Spring. In 2011, the Arab Spring spreads across the Middle East. Regimes fall in Tunisia and Egypt as young activists organize on Facebook and Twitter. The world watches Cairo's Tahrir Square become a symbol of people power. Yet elsewhere, the uprisings collapse into war. Libya's Muammar Gaddafi is overthrown and killed, while Syria's protests descend into a brutal civil war. That same year, U.S. forces kill Osama bin Laden in Pakistan, ending a decade-long manhunt. But by 2014, ISIS captures the Iraqi city of Mosul and declares a caliphate under Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi. Graphic videos of violence flood the internet, teaching Gen Z the dangers of digital propaganda. Technological progress races ahead. NASA's Curiosity rover lands on Mars in 2012. Instagram and Snapchat redefine youth communication. In 2013, Edward Snowden leaks U.S. documents, exposing mass surveillance, triggering global debates on privacy. Gen Z, raised online, begins questioning who controls their data. Social activism accelerates. In 2013, the hashtag Black Lives Matter emerges after the killing of Trayvon Martin. Protests against racial injustice spread worldwide. In 2014, 17-year-old Malala Yousafzai wins the Nobel Peace Prize for her fight for girls' education, symbolizing Gen Z's voice on the world stage. The mid-2010s bring political upheaval. In June 2016, the UK votes to leave the EU, Brexit, revealing a stark generational divide. In November, Donald Trump wins the U.S. presidency, riding populist sentiment that echoes across Europe and Asia. Social reckonings follow. In 2017, the hashtag #MeToo movement exposes widespread sexual abuse, toppling powerful figures worldwide. In February 2018, a mass shooting at Marjorie Stoneman Douglas High School in Florida kills 17 people. Survivors, all Gen Z, launch March for Our Lives, one of the largest youth protests in U.S. history. Conflicts simmer and ignite. Colombia's 2016 peace deal ends a 52-year civil war, but in Syria and Yemen, fighting continues. In 2019, millions of Hong Kongers protest against an extradition bill, with young people at the forefront. The same year, 16-year-old Greta Thunberg inspires the global climate strike, over 4 million youths in 150 countries demanding urgent action. Technology evolves rapidly. In 2016, Google's AlphaGo AI defeats a world champion at Go. Streaming services dominate entertainment, and K-pop group BTS becomes a global cultural phenomenon. By 2019, Gen Z has redefined activism, pop culture, and communication, connected, outspoken, and global. In 2020, the COVID-19 pandemic halts the world. Originating in Wuhan, China, it spreads globally within months. The World Health Organization declares a pandemic on March 11. Lockdowns, school closures, and remote work become universal. More than 6 million die in the first 3 years. Gen Z's education, mental health, and job prospects are upended, yet they adapt through digital creativity and resilience. In May 2020, the murder of George Floyd in Minneapolis sparks worldwide protests under the Black Lives Matter banner. Demonstrations erupt in over 60 countries, making Gen Z's commitment to justice impossible to ignore. Political turbulence follows. The 2020 U.S. election draws record youth turnout. On January 6, 2021, extremists stormed the U.S. Capitol. Globally, democratic values face strain, yet youth activism helps restore balance, from Brazil's 2022 election to anti-corruption drives in Nigeria. On February 24, 2022, Russia invades Ukraine, sparking the largest European war since 1945. Gen Z worldwide responds online and on the ground, documenting, fundraising, fact-checking, and volunteering. Rising energy and food prices drive a global cost of living crisis that hits young workers hardest. Meanwhile, the climate crisis intensifies. Record heat waves scorch Europe and North America, floods devastate Pakistan, and wildfires ravage Australia. At COP26 in Glasgow, 2021, young activists confront world leaders, demanding accountability. Technological revolution defines the decade's second half. In late 2022, OpenAI releases ChatGPT, reaching 100 million users in 2 months. Generative AI transforms writing, art, and industry. SpaceX launches civilian astronauts, marking a new era of private spaceflight. By 2025, Generation Z, born roughly 1995 to 2010, stands at the center of global culture. They are voters, creators, engineers, and activists shaped by crises, yet driven by progress. From the shadow of 9/11 to the dawn of artificial intelligence, Gen Z has lived through every turning point of the 21st century, and now leads it.